It was late in the evening when the whispers began to spread across social media. A single grainy photo, taken by a crew member on the set of Nam Ji Hyun's latest drama, ignited a storm of curiosity among fans. The picture wasn't of her in costume or mid-scene. No, it was something far more intriguing. There, just out of the camera's official frame, was a man in a cap and mask, standing with his arms crossed as if guarding the set. His posture was familiar, his height unmistakable. And though his face was partially hidden, fans didn't need high resolution to recognize him. The comments came flooding in. That's Ji Chang Wook, isn't it? 4 weeks now, Ji Chang Wook and Nam Ji Hyun had been the subject of endless speculation. Their undeniable chemistry since their drama days had led to countless dating rumors, but both had kept silent, neither confirming nor denying anything. And yet, this new sighting suggested something even more intimate, quiet, steady support. Insiders began to talk. A lighting technician, who preferred to remain anonymous, claimed that this wasn't the first time Ji Chang Wook had been spotted on set. He doesn't stay in the open, they said. He keeps to the shadows, watching from a distance. Sometimes he brings coffee for the staff, sometimes flowers for her dressing room. But he always leaves before the day wraps up. And it wasn't just the crew who noticed. Several background actors admitted they had seen him during night shoots, quietly handing her a jacket when the wind picked up, or leaning in for quick, hushed conversations between takes. The atmosphere was discreet, but the sincerity was impossible to miss. Those close to the pair suggest that this wasn't about romance alone. Nam Ji Hyun had recently been juggling a particularly challenging filming schedule, with back-to-back shoots and demanding emotional scenes. Some days, she barely had time to rest. Ji Chang Wook, fresh off his own projects, seemed determined to be a steady presence for her, someone who could remind her to eat, to rest, and to breathe in the middle of chaos. But the story deepened when fans pieced together that Ji Chang Wook's filming location had wrapped days earlier than expected. Instead of taking a break or flying abroad, he remained in the city, close enough to be present whenever Nam Ji Hyun needed him. One fan spotted a small but telling detail. In a behind-the-scenes clip released by the drama's production team, Nam Ji Hyun is seen rehearsing a scene, smiling briefly at someone off-camera before delivering an emotional take. Her eyes soften, almost imperceptibly, and fans swear it's the same look she gave Ji Chang Wook in their old drama together. The theory was impossible to prove, but the romantic notion spread quickly online. While both stars continue to avoid making public statements, industry insiders are less restrained. A fellow actor who had worked with both in the past revealed Ji Chang Wook is the kind of person who, if he cares about you, will move mountains for you without telling anyone. What you're hearing about him visiting her set, that's just the tip of the iceberg. More breadcrumbs began to emerge. Days later, fans noticed that Nam Ji Hyun had been wearing a distinctive oversized hoodie during a break in filming, the same one Ji Chang Wook had been photographed in months earlier while traveling abroad. Coincidence? Maybe. But in the world of dedicated fandoms, coincidences rarely exist. Even more telling was the fact that Nam Ji Hyun's recent interviews, while focused on her work, carried subtle undertones of gratitude. When asked about how she's been handling her hectic schedule, she replied with a smile, "I've had someone reminding me that I'm doing well and that I should take care of myself." She didn't say his name, but to many, she didn't need to. The story caught the attention of entertainment news outlets, which ran headlines speculating about a possible rekindling of their on-screen romance off-screen. Articles were filled with side-by-side comparisons of their recent public appearances, searching for matching accessories, similar travel timelines, or even mirrored social media captions. And while their agencies kept up the usual line of "we don't comment on personal matters," their silence only fueled the intrigue. The absence of denial, in this case, felt almost like an unspoken acknowledgement. Behind the glamour, though, it's the quiet moments that seem to tell the real story, the jacket draped over her shoulders, the coffee waiting for her between takes, the man standing just far enough away to not cause a scene, but close enough to rush forward if she stumbled. Some say this is Ji Chang Wook's way of protecting not just their privacy, but also her peace. In an industry where public scrutiny can be merciless, keeping their connection in the shadows might be the only way to preserve something genuine. Whatever the truth is, one thing is certain, Nam Ji Hyun isn't facing her challenges alone. And whether this is the rekindling of a love story or simply the unwavering support of a trusted friend, fans can't help but root for them. Because sometimes the most powerful gestures aren't shouted from rooftops, they're whispered in quiet corners, hidden from cameras, yet felt deeply by those who matter most. And as for Ji Chang Wook, his presence may be subtle, but it's leaving a mark on both Nam Ji Hyun's heart and the hearts of fans who still believe that some bonds never fade. In the weeks following that first leaked photo, sightings of Ji Chang Wook near Nam Ji Hyun's set became more frequent, though still discreet. Fans, now attuned to every tiny clue, began tracking patterns. On days when Nam Ji Hyun had especially long night shoots, eagle-eyed onlookers spotted a familiar black SUV idling at the far corner of the street, its tinted windows shielding whoever was inside. People who lived near the filming location claimed the car would sometimes wait until the early hours of the morning, pulling away only when the crew began packing up. And on more than one occasion, witnesses swore they saw Nam Ji Hyun step toward the car, lean briefly inside as if exchanging a few words, and then walk away with a faint smile. The mystery deepened when staff from a nearby cafe revealed that Ji Chang Wook had placed bulk coffee orders late at night, always for the number of people working on set. No fanfare, no name attached, just drinks quietly delivered to the crew. It was a small gesture, but one that spoke volumes. It wasn't just about supporting her, it was about making her team's grueling workdays a little lighter. An even more intriguing moment came when fans noticed a rare, unplanned Instagram post from Nam Ji Hyun. It was a simple photo, a nighttime skyline with a caption in Korean that read, "Some people are worth staying up for." She didn't tag anyone, and she certainly didn't elaborate, but for those following the unfolding story, it felt like a quiet acknowledgement. The entertainment press began pushing harder for answers. Tabloid reporters stationed themselves near the drama's filming locations, hoping to catch the two together. But Ji Chang Wook's movements were calculated. He avoided direct contact in public, ensuring their interactions remained private. Still, insiders hinted that his support was more constant than anyone realized. One stylist, speaking off the record, revealed that Nam Ji Hyun had been going through a particularly stressful time in her personal life. Nothing scandalous, just the kind of overwhelming mental and emotional fatigue that comes from balancing career and personal responsibilities. Ji Chang Wook knows her well enough to see when she's exhausted, the stylist said. He has this way of making her feel like she's not carrying it all alone. Their history only made these moments more poignant. Fans still remember their effortless chemistry in their drama together, the lingering gazes, the teasing banter, the unspoken tenderness that made their characters' romance feel real. Off-screen, they had maintained a comfortable friendship, but it had been years since they were seen this closely connected. Speculation reached a fever pitch when a fan event for Ji Chang Wook's recent project was unexpectedly postponed. The official reason given was scheduling conflicts, but fans pointed out that the new date aligned perfectly with the final shooting days of Nam Ji Hyun's drama. It was pure conjecture, but in the eyes of their most devoted supporters, it was proof of his priorities. Then came a moment that melted the hearts of everyone who heard about it. During a particularly cold outdoor shoot, Nam Ji Hyun was visibly shivering between takes. Out of nowhere, a crew assistant appeared with a heavy parka for her, but according to whispers, that jacket had been dropped off earlier in the day by someone who preferred not to be named. The coat, as it turned out, was identical to one Ji Chang Wook had been spotted wearing just weeks earlier. If all this sounds like a carefully orchestrated romance drama, it's because reality sometimes writes the best scripts. Every gesture, every quiet visit, every subtle sign painted the picture of a man who didn't need to stand in the spotlight to make his presence felt. And yet, through it all, neither Ji Chang Wook nor Nam Ji Hyun has confirmed anything. Perhaps they don't feel the need to. Perhaps their connection exists in a space beyond public validation, a space where actions speak louder than any official statement ever could. Fans, of course, remain hopeful. Some dream of seeing them reunite in another drama, where their on-screen love can mirror whatever is unfolding behind the scenes. Others simply want them to be happy, together or apart. But the one thing they all agree on is this: whatever Ji Chang Wook is doing for Nam Ji Hyun, it's coming from a place of deep care. In the end, the story isn't just about romance. It's about the kind of loyalty that endures years of separation, the quiet kind of devotion that doesn't need cameras to exist, and the reminder that sometimes the most meaningful support is the one that happens when no one is looking. And maybe, just maybe, that's the real reason why fans are so invested. Because beneath all the speculation and rumors, they're watching something rare, two people navigating their connection with patience, privacy, and an unspoken understanding that some bonds are worth protecting at all costs.